Shalom, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, and double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Ba'ashem Rakak Wadash. My name is Yakalba from Plaintables Camp in Philly. Now, Whoopi Goldberg, she's in a little bit of trouble for giving her opinion on race and ethnicity. They were having some type of debate or argument about race and race or something like that. And I didn't watch the original clip from the View that she's on, but you know, it could be all theater. But let's just assume it's all real right now. The so-called the Little Hatters are angry. Even what's that? Benjamin Shapiro. He's calling for her to be fired, if I'm not mistaken. He has a YouTube channel. And I believe he's one of the proponents that says, you know, you shouldn't be counseling people like that. So, and he just flipped. Now, if I'm not mistaken, you know. I heard people say that. But I didn't hear him say it. You know, he does have a YouTube channel. But she made a statement about that there were the Little Hatters. You had the Germans that were oppressing the Little Hatters. So that was so-called white-on-white crime. And just the Little Hatters got upset from just that statement. So they consider themselves not to be Caucasian. They consider themselves to be a different race. So this is a quote right here. Apparently, this quote came from Edomite supremacists, apparently, when I looked it up. So I don't know if that's true, but this is, like, I kept typing it in, and this congressman kept coming up. So apparently he made the quote and cited it to be from someone else, but then they're saying, oh, no, it didn't come from that company or person. It came from a white supremacist. All right. But the quote, either way, it's a true quote. You know, I believe Hitler said something about he's going to he was really very concerned about children. Let me see if I can find something on that. He's the first person that said he's doing it for the children. All right. Let's keep that in mind. I think that's a quote from Hitler, and I believe that's where you know, the Americans adopted that type of being concerned with children from Hitler. All right. So moving on, it says, to learn who rules over you. The quote says simply, find out who you are not allowed to criticize. So, and this is how, like, stupid people get. They constantly look at the person who's saying it instead of what's being said. Now, you should look at both, but you should also consider if what's being said is true. All right. Oh, it says it right here. All right. So, and you see how this is slander. So they're ignoring the quote, and then they're saying, oh, he was convicted of this thing, this bad thing, of child abuse. All right. Possessing those images, and they're just ignoring whether the fact, if the statement was true, and that's slander. That's what people tend to argue. Like low people that try to deceive you tend to argue like this. All right, let's get to the let's bring a scripture out first, and then we'll go through the video of her being on I believe the Late Show, the Colbert, Steve Colbert. That's how you pronounce his name. That's the scripture I want to bring out. Because they really, the ones in America believe that they're the people of the Bible. They're the people of the Bible, but they're the Edomites. All right? They're the Edomites of the Bible. All right? And they're poor. Let me just start off with this one. It says, Psalms 34 and 4. And 37 and 14, the wicked have drawn out a sword and have bent their bow to cast down the poor and needy and to slay such as be of an upright heart. So these are the wicked are the Edomites in the Bible. The wicked have the power of the sword. This is how we link the Edomites, all right, all the tribes of Esau, all right, to wealth, power. All right, to wealth and power. And that's what Genesis 27. All right. I was looking up sword. No, I was looking up live. All right. So, and Isaac his father answered and said unto him, Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth and of the dew of heaven from above. All right. Esau wept. 27:39. 27:40. And by the sword shalt thou live, and shalt serve thy brother. All right. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion, thou shalt break his yoke from off thy neck. All right. So the point here is, by the sword shalt thou live. When you look up live, yeah, chaya. So by the sword, he was going to sustain his life, continue in life, remain alive, and live prosperously. All right. So through the military, through certain inventions and technology, they were going to be able to prosper in the land. They were going to be able to own and make billions and trillions of dollars in gold and fake money too, silver, precious metals. These people actually have, the little hatters have these resources and power. All right. Alongside their other Edomite counterparts, which are from the same nation, but just different tribes. Like you have American Edomites, you have other German Edomites, French Edomites, you got American Edomites now, Australian Edomites, Russian Edomites. They're the same nation. All right. They came out red all over like an hairy garment, which you're going to read. But let's go into the statements that was made. And she doesn't back down on the statements. So I ripped it instead of playing it from YouTube. So it's going to let it play from here. So she basically said that there were Caucasians oppressing Caucasians. All right. So when they came from Germany and other places to the land of Israel, they look exactly like Caucasians. They look exactly the same. You might have subtle differences because they're a different tribe, but they had the same exact features. All right. And you couldn't tell who they were. All right. Now, with the real like she's a real from tribe of Judah. All right. I believe she's from tribe of Judah. And her name is not actually Whoopi Goldberg. If I'm not, her name, that's not even a real name. That's a stage name. All right. So if you think her real name was Whoopi Goldberg, that is incorrect. That is not her real name. That is a stage name. And she chose a so-called little hatter. Well, little hatter's name, by the way. So don't be oblivious to that either. And they still trying to cancel her. And if I was her, I wouldn't even go back. I was just like, you're going to fire me. Like we in high school or something. Let's get to the video. And this is what got her in so much trouble.